Hi, I'm Rob with Codecademy. In this video, we're going to take a look at the generated layout of our app. We will look at how to make changes to the layout in both design and text mode. First, let's look at the code in our main.activity.java file. Android Studio already built this file for us when our app was generated for us. By passing in r.layout.activity_main to the setContentView function, our app is specifying the layout as defined in activity_main.xml. This is our view determined by our layout when our app launches. So let's open up this file in our resources folder, then our layout folder, and then we'll double click on activity_main.xml. Clicking the minimize icon will hide the file structure on the left-hand side of the screen, giving more room to work on our display in either design or text edit mode. In the middle of the screen, we have a preview of our app on the left and a blueprint on the right. The drop-down allows us to choose if we would like to have one or the other instead of both. To zoom in on a preview, we can hit the minimize or maximize zoom icon. We can also see that we can edit in design or text edit mode by toggling the design or text tabs. It is often easier to use the design tab when designing an app, as you can drag and drop, and it is more intuitive for the beginner. To use the text tab, you will need to create components manually by having a familiarity with the syntax needed. While the level of difficulty is higher, it does bring with it greater precision. Currently, we have the Design Editor tab selected. By clicking on our text Hello World element in the middle of a preview, we surface the attributes that belong to the text view component on the right-hand side of the screen. Scrolling down to where Common Attributes is in the panel surfaces a text field already with a populated value Hello World. In this field, we can change the value of the text to Hello Android. Clicking the text size field allows us to enter a value, such as 24SP, or clicking the dropdown will surface values we can choose from. Any values added or changed will be reflected in the preview window. The search icon allows us to quickly filter attributes rather than scrolling to find a desired attribute. By typing in BACK, we quickly get to the background attribute without it being necessary to scroll to find the attribute. In addition to editing our layout with the Design tab, we can use the Text tab for the text edit mode. By clicking the Text tab, we can now view the XML code for our text view component. This surfaces the XML code behind the text Hello Android in our preview. We have a text view component already populated with attributes and values generated for us. The attribute names are identical to what we saw in the panel on the right-hand side of the screen in Design Edit mode. By changing the attribute text value Hello Android to Hello World, we once again reflect Hello World in the preview. We can also see the result in the preview when we change the text size attribute from 24SP to 48SP. And here's an example where we can write XML to add a background property with a hexadecimal for yellow, and we can see that reflected as well in our preview. The text editor allows us to write XML to continue to develop our app and add new components such as text fields, buttons, and images with XML. Returning to the design edit mode, we are provided with a palette of components that we can drag and drop in our preview window. The categories in the left-hand column break down our component into categories. In the common components, we can click and drag a button onto our preview screen. In our attributes panel, along with the common attributes and using the search filter, we can also see declared attributes with their values generated upon the creation of the component. Our button already has the declared attributes layout width, layout height, ID, and text. Clicking our text view component allows us to surface attributes generated when our app was built, and the additional attributes such as background and text size that we declared later. Don't worry if all these attributes and values seem new to you in the text edit mode. The design edit mode provides an intuitive way for us to begin developing our layout without a lot of knowledge of XML. So don't be concerned if this feels overwhelming for now. We're going to dive into this far more using XML and the layout editor to build apps in future lessons. Getting some practice navigating Android Studio and playing around with the layout editor is a good foundation for what's to come.